Hey everybody, it's me, Jake, from the Jake and Off podcast. Welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Number 13. It's the big number 13, the number 13. You know it. You know it. If you've never checked this out before, this is a podcast about me. My name is Jake Redpath. I'm a stand-up comedian. And yeah, man, just shooting the shit a little bit. Today we're going to talk about Jackson Mahomes. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about Jackson Mahomes. God. We're going to talk about Brendan Fraser stealing Fat Valor. You know it. You know he's stealing Fat Valor to win Best Actor in the Oscars. It's bullshit. It's appropriating my culture as a big hog. You know what I'm saying? and then we have some advice at the end. But it's good to be talking to you all again. I'm happy to be here. I've had a nice little week. Did a little comedy at Knuckleheads last night. Show I host there every Sunday. I'm not there every Sunday, but there's a show there every Sunday. Myself and my friend Steven Taylor. He hosts as well. And, really, to be totally honest, kind of the brains behind the entire operation. I just show up. I just knock hosting out of the park, no problem for me. And then he signs the checks. No, but it's a great show. It's a fun time. And we had a nice crowd out there. So we do it every week, every Sunday at Knucklehead. This upcoming Saturday, I'm going to St. Louis, baby. Woo, woo, woo. Apotheosis Comics on Saturday night, March 18th. That's my mom's birthday. You guessed it. I'm doing comedy on my mom's birthday. I'm getting as far out of town as I can for my mom's birthday. I don't know. That's not actually true. So it wasn't intentional. But yeah, I'll be in St. Louis this weekend. Back at Knuckleheads on Sunday, baby. Blah, blah. Come out to a show. If you want to support this podcast, that's the best way to do it, is by coming to a live show. With that said, I have upgraded some equipment, guys. This is sort of a state of the pod that we're going through right now. This is for true Jake Offs, This is for true countrymen of Jake Off Nation right here. I upgraded some equipment, so we're going to have some guests on soon. It'll not just be this boring droll all the time. I can't promise every time, but we'll have a little bit more of a variety of content. I think that'll be good. So we're gonna try to stick to funny and keep it a little less serious. Let's keep it a little light, right? How bad are things really? Right? How bad are things really? The banking system is collapsing. Or whatever. That's bullshit though, right? That's gotta be bullshit. I think it's so funny that they're saying that they're not bailing out the banks. They're not using the phrase bailout anymore because that's a little bit controversial. But they're like, we're insuring the depositors. It's like, all right, dude, that sounds a lot like a bailout to me. If you don't know what I'm referring to, I'm referring to the SVB collapse, and the fact that this bank, two banks now, have been taken over by the FDIC, by the government that regulates banking, because these guys couldn't afford, they didn't have enough solvency to be able to match the amount of money that was being withdrawn from their bank. So how it works basically is, just like any bank. Now, this is an investment bank, though. The thing to say, just to be clear, this specific bank is like a venture capital investment bank in the Silicon Valley. It's Silicon Valley Bank is SVB. And so they have a lot of venture capital VC money tied up in this bank. So that's who's getting bailed out here. Those are the depositors that they're referring to, right? That they're gonna save. And so it's not like they're bailing out people who have their paycheck on direct deposit that make $15 an hour or something. This is these people have had well over $250,000. $250,000, yeah. Quarter of $1,000,000 is the highest amount that the federal government insures when you have it in a bank. So if you put $250,000 in one bank and you have $500,000, you don't want to put the other $250,000 in the same bank because it's not insured. They only insure it up to $250,000. And you see a lot of people being like, well, these are small businesses that are in here. These are small businesses that have their money in this bank, but it's bullshit. They're small by definition, but the way that we define small businesses in this country is by the size and the number of employees that they have, rather than the amount of capital that they have obtained, which in a lot of these cases is, well over the guaranteed threshold of, what the federal government insures when you put into a bank. So there's kind of been some narrative that's a little bullshit about it. And I think that people really have a lot of interest in making it seem as if this situation is going to lead to something worse, which it very well could. I mean, there's, it's two banks have been taken over by regulatory authorities. It's pretty serious. But I don't think that there's going to be like some collapse of the entire global banking system. That would be shocking. I would be pretty surprised. But, you see all these people have been like going on Twitter and being like, this bank collapse hurts my family and I'm a good, upstanding Democrat. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat. Be smarter. The reason why they had all their money in that bank, guys, is because that bank was, a place where they stood to profit by having it there. And so it's not as if they were, ignorantly putting more than $250,000 in their Silicon Valley bank accounts. They did it on purpose, and they knew that it wasn't insured when they did it. So personal accountability, right? Whatever happened to it? Strange. I don't know. I thought that these were all the personal accountability people, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm stupid. Is it me? I don't know. Could be. People are freaking out about it. It just is. It is what it is, man. I feel like if the global banking system collapsed, it would actually probably not be that big of a deal for me. I don't think. I mean, like, yeah, it would suck, I guess, with my job and stuff, but ain't like I got a lot in there, Ain't like I got over $250,000, if you know what I mean, brother. Oh, excuse me. I'll have to cut that out. Check. Okay. Oh, well, sorry. Didn't mean to go all fucking political on ya. What do we got to talk about first? Jackson Mahomes, dude. What is he doing? It's fucking. I mean, like, I live in Kansas City, and so, I know people who have interacted with this guy. I don't know anybody out here in my community that is really on Jackson Mahomes' side. I don't know very many people, very many Chiefs fans, at least in my life, that like Jackson Mahomes. But I guess I imagine there are some out there, right? In any community there are ignorant people. But it's interesting. So if you don't know what's going on, Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' younger brother, NFL superstar, personal hero of mine. No, but seriously, like one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Patrick Mahomes, his younger brother, Jackson Mahomes, is like a TikTok guy. He's like a viral TikTok sensation. And I mean, there's a lot of that sort of aspect of our society that I think is super cringeworthy. But I'm not going to pass judgment on, somebody for falling into trends or whatever. But some of his TikToks are like particularly offensive, in some pretty odd ways. I mean, for one of the more damning ones to me that I think of is the Washington Commanders, formerly the Washington football team. Not this last season, but the season before this last season. They were having a memorial for a player that died. One of their best players was shot and killed like at the height of his career. And it was safety Sean Taylor, and he died, and they were having a memorial for him the week that the Chiefs played in Washington. And Jackson Mahomes did a TikTok dance on this part of the field that was specifically a memorial to Sean Taylor, the guy who had died. And, it's like chained off. You can see the chains in the video. So he like stepped over the chains to dance on the thing. Like it's sort of that thing I think that he does is like the being intentionally controversial to go viral. And I don't know. It's just it's kind of classless. I don't like it. But kids are stupid. Kids do stupid shit. He's a young guy. You try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now it's kind of getting away from him a little bit, because it's like, you can dismiss cringy TikTok dances, and he had like a spat with a local cocktail bar, which the bar that he had a spat with, I think, is like a fucking lame ass place anyways. I would never hang out there. But it just goes to show that he is sort of toxic in some way. But now a video has surfaced, and the lady, I'm not going to show it because I just don't want to show this kind of stuff, but basically in the video, Jackson Mahomes like grabs her and kisses her, like grabs her head and like neck and kisses her, like has like one hand basically around her throat and the other one like on the top of her head, or like the back of her head towards the top, like in a really weird, very aggressive way. I mean, it's pretty fucked up. But this video came out. The lady who is the one that he did this to is the one who released the video. And she owns a restaurant in like Overland Park or something like that. And, Jackson Mahomes is like friends with her daughter or something. And I don't know. I feel like I speak for all Chiefs fans when we won the Super Bowl and we had made it sort of a whole season without the, Brittany Jackson sort of drama this year, I was like, I was so thankful. I was relieved. I was like, man, thank God those, you know, and Jackson more so than Brittany. I think Brittany gets maligned quite a bit, but you know, I was relieved when we made it through this season. But then it just feels like it's like, dude, he didn't even wait. He was like, oh, parade's over, cool, and just immediately just is, you know, being a huge piece of shit, dude. You can't do this. But it's a pretty open and shut case via the video. And the whole thing is just, it's just so weird, you know? It's strange as fuck. Apparently he was like shoving a waiter beforehand too. I'd be curious to see the video of that, but he just sounds like a very troubled and, you know, obviously in some ways kind of dangerous person. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. It fucking sucks. I feel like it's dude, all you have to do if you're Jackson Mahomes, your brother is the best football player in the world, you know? All you have to do is shut the fuck up and chill, and you do whatever you want. You do anything you want, you know? If you just act normal and, you know, polite, people will do anything for you because of who your brother is, you know? But this just sort of goes to show that, you know, fame only goes so far, and you can't just hook, you know, yourself on to other people and expect it to get you out of trouble, because it won't. And I don't know. I don't know if he'll go to jail. I feel like he probably should, you know, receive some sort of serious punishment. I don't know what that means as far as jail or something like that. It's you know, I'm not a fucking judge or a lawyer or something, but he should have to face some sort of retribution, maybe some community service. Get him out there volunteering in the community. Do a little PR revival, bro. Quit fucking choke kissing old ladies. She's not old. She's like 44. Whatever. It's just fucked up, man. And, you know, I just wish that... Why are it's always people who have the most to lose doing the stupidest shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that justifies doing something like this if you have nothing to lose. I mean, this is just wrong. It's assault. You know, he sexually assaulted a lady. But allegedly. The video appears to allegedly show that he sexually assaulted a woman. But I just don't understand, if you're this guy in this position, why you're fucking acting that way, dude. You know? You don't... Ugh. I don't know. These fucking rich people, man. Rich and famous people. They're senseless a lot of the times. They don't make any sense. Why are you doing it, Jackson? Just calm down. Apologize. Pay the lady. Do whatever. Go to jail. Just shut up. Kid needs help, probably. Probably needs to go to therapy. I mean, it's probably, you know, there is some aspect of living in the shadow of the greatest NFL quarterback to ever exist that could, you know, cause some problems, I guess, I could imagine, but dude, fucking on camera, bro. Done for. Can't get him out of here. Maybe he'll move away from Kansas City. That would be, I think, the best case scenario. But I bet his whole family lives here. Oh no. Maybe that's why he should. Maybe he needs to get away from all this, the hustle and bustle of, you know, the city that never sleeps, Kansas City. But he'll probably get arrested if he hasn't already. I looked it up before I started recording, but I didn't see anything. I don't think he got arrested yet. As of this recording, he hasn't been arrested. But I digress. Oh, football. Oh, crazy fucking celebrities, influences. Speaking of the big event, dude, it was the big one, the Oscars. It's the Oscars, the 98th Oscars. I've never watched it. I've never watched a single Oscars. I don't think that I've ever watched I don't think that I've ever watched an award show all the way through. Closest thing, I guess, is like a roast. I've watched some roasts, if you know what I mean. And what I mean is roasts. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just sort of surprised that Brendan Fraser won Best Actor. I haven't seen his movie, his incredibly fat-phobic movie. I'm just joking. For me, honestly, I think Brendan Fraser, it's long overdue. And I still plan on going to see, what's it called? Whale? Yeah, Whale. Oscars, the Oscars. You know what? Before we get into Brendan Fraser, how about the Chris Rock thing? The Chris Rock released a special like a week ago, right before the Oscars, I guess. That was probably intentional. He got slapped. You remember when Chris Rock slapped. Well, when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith. Classic moment. That's the only thing that I've ever seen from the Oscars. I think. And Chris Rock released a special. He did it live on Netflix, which is pretty cool. I haven't watched that either, but I did see the very end when he calls out Will Smith, and I thought that, you know, I support him. I do. I get that maybe people were upset with his joke. I think that it's kind of stupid. Jenny said this, and I feel like this is kind of a good point, is, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, the joke that he made about Jada Pinkett Smith was that she looked like G.I. Jane. And G.I. Jane is supposed to be like a badass and a cool lady, you know? And so I don't know why the joke was taken so offensively. I get that she has alopecia, but it seems like a relatively mid joke. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But, you know, he slapped Chris Rock. It's fucked up. He's fucking hit the guy on live TV. It's messed up. It's not nice. And a lot of people came to Will Smith's defense pretty quickly, and I thought it was so weird. I thought it was so strange that they could, you know, cap for this guy just slapping the shit out of another dude for, you know, a really, I mean, like, pretty chill joke. But he got his revenge. I felt like it was cool. I was like, nice, dude. That's and he did like a mic drop at the end. I thought it was sick. I liked that. So that's my opinion. Hey, come and take it. Moe and Abe, but instead of with guns, it's about my opinions. Yeah, Chris Rock called Will Smith a bitch a bunch of times in his special. But he made some good points. But this year, the drama is that Brendan Fraser won Best Actor. And I, for one, think that it's long overdue. I think that we all know that Brendan Fraser should have won Best Actor a long time ago for Encino Man. I mean, come on, dude. He spent days on set pretending to be a caveman. I mean, come on. Look at the work. He transformed into that caveman. I haven't seen Whale. I do want to see it. I've heard that it's really good, But I did read this like think piece, think piece, in quotes, about Brendan Fraser's role in the movie Whale. And this lady was talking about how at the beginning I should have looked up her name and maybe had it pulled up. Basically, the overarching sort of point that she was making is that this film is about it's a skinny person's point of view on what being fat is like. And that's wrong, essentially. And she points to like stuff. There's like one thing that she talked about specifically where there's a scene in the movie, I guess, where he eats a Cheeto sandwich. And she puts in parentheses something that like nobody eats. And it's like, well, hold on, lady. Maybe I haven't eaten a Cheeto sandwich per se, but I would. I would, It's kind of my problem with the it's like the thing with the whole body acceptance thing. And I've tried to I'm not the most articulate person. And so I'll try to say this articulately because I don't think that people should feel shame for how they look. I'm a fat person. I don't think that it's wrong to feel okay with how you look. Even if you are unhealthy or something like that. And I don't think that every fat person is necessarily unhealthy. But I do think that part of being fat or being a person that is fat for a lot of people is acknowledging that you make unhealthy decisions like eating Cheeto sandwiches. And that's in accepting that is just as important as accepting yourself, for some people, not for everybody. Some people, it has nothing to do with what they eat. Of course, I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that there are motherfuckers out here eating Cheeto sandwiches. I'm one of them. Okay. And so, I think that this movie probably is trying to say a lot more than just, well, fat people are gross. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just don't agree with the sort of approach that it's like we have to do the worst read on everything. It's fucking stupid. Oh, Cheeto sandwiches. I'd do a flaming hot Cheeto sandwich, dude. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, man. Just the fact that it's like it's okay. Why they don't want to admit that it's okay to be a person who eats Cheeto sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people have a hard time admitting the fact that like there are people out there who like live very unhealthily, and that is what is causing them to be fat, because that's not necessarily the experience for everybody, but it is the experience for a lot of people. So I think it's okay. Chill out, guys. Leave Brendan Fraser alone. He should have won this Oscar a long time ago. We all know it. He was amazing in Encino Man. He was perfect. And I also love that I got a new recipe from The Whale, even though I haven't seen it yet. Cheeto sandwich, dude. Little flaming hot Cheetos with some provolone. Ooh, a little melted, toast it. Maybe put some lime on there. Some pesto. I don't know. What would be good? I'm no cook. I ain't cooking. All right, guys. We're going to get down to a little bit of advice. I found this. This is from Reddit. And I'm telling you that because I want to be transparent. I think that this is one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. I don't know about you guys, but when I go on Reddit, I sort by controversial because that's where all the good stuff is. That's where all the good stuff is on Reddit. And I found this, and this is a 25-year-old girl, or woman, I should say. And she's the youngest of 4 kids. The sibling before her is 5 years older than her, so they're all a little bit older. And her parents are, in their 60s and 70s. And she's the youngest of 4, and the title of this is How Do I Convince My Family I'm a Capable Adult? And so she says the situation is as strange as the title suggests. We grew up pretty well off, where we were able to have maids around the house. So from a young age, we had people taking care of us while our parents were busy with work. They're both doctors. When my siblings got older, 2 of them had to get a dorm far away from our house for university and would only come back every weekend or so. The area they lived in wasn't the best, but they were allowed to be on their own. They stayed in their dorm up until they graduated medical school. My other sister had to get a condo far away, too, because of law school. She lived in a nicer area, but was allowed to be on her own. I was the only one that really stayed at home with our parents, because my university for both my bachelor's and master's degree was a 15-minute car ride away. That's convenient. She's got her master's. That's important to note. At 25, however, I'm still being treated like a child. I'm not allowed to be left home alone. We don't have maids anymore because of the pandemic. Whoa, wow. Which makes things pretty hard for everyone. I can't stay out later than 10 p.m. If I go out with friends, my mom insists on being the one to pick me up. I'm not even allowed to ride in Ubers by myself, which I did countless times in secret in university. I'm not even allowed to drive. I have a license and know how, but it may be attributed to me being considered a PWD or visual disability, but it can be corrected with glasses. I don't understand what more I need to do to show them an adult when I'm A, the only one among my siblings that actually cooks. I have a managerial role in my job. C, I'm the payment channel for our house's bills. So you pay your house's bills? I'm the one that pays for my brother's bills. What? I'm the technology expert / art expert / basically I'm the go-to for all the odd jobs around the house. I'm the only one among my siblings that actually cleans the house. I'm helping my sister pay for a whole car. I have my own investing portfolio while my siblings don't even have savings. I pay for our family subscriptions. I manage my mom's finances. My siblings joke that it's because of the way I look with my baby face and me being shorter. They're all 5'9" to 6 feet tall. I'm 5'3". It's really getting frustrating. I don't know what more to do. I'm 25. That's insane. It sounds like you're being held captive by your parents. I mean, come on. What the fuck? You pay all the bills. Tell them to fuck off. Be like, fuck you. Oh, you don't like it that I stay out past 10 p.m.? Well, guess what? I'm not going to pay your fucking bills, Mom. How about that? Even your siblings get that it's like weird? What the fuck? There's got to be more. I don't know if this person is necessarily from America, I guess. So maybe the cultural norms are a little different where they're from. I don't know. But it sounds insane. I don't even know another way to put it. It sounds crazy, man. You fucking pay. I don't know. You also might be glossing over the fact that you are a person with disabilities for a visual disability. But she does say it can be corrected with glasses, so I got to go off the information she's got. Your parents sound scary, dude. They sound really controlling. Good thing they're old. Maybe they'll die soon. That's fucked up. But yeah, that's nuts. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. That is so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I would just put my foot down. I'd be like, look, Dad, if you don't let me stay out past 10 p.m., I'm not going to keep paying for your OnlyFans subscriptions. I mean, you have an investment portfolio. Why don't you move out? Just move out. Leave. Leave the house. You don't have to live there. You're 25. You're old enough. Unless for some reason you can't. That's why I'm thinking that maybe this person is from a place outside of America. Maybe that's why. But it says that her sisters moved out on their own when they were in college. Strange. Very strange, lady. You're really in a predicament. But I feel like you can just tell your parents to fuck off a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like you can just leverage the fact that you're paying for all of this shit for them. I would, if you want to be petty about it, if you want to be really petty about it, you could change the passwords. Change the passwords on all the subscription services, dude. Just fucking, cut them off. Hey, fuck you, Mom. Hey, I'll be home at midnight. Maybe. It's none of your business. I pay the bills around here. I'm the breadwinner around here. Mom. I don't know, but yeah, maybe they're just scared because there's people like Jackson Mahomes out there. I don't know. There's got to be more to this, right? Nobody ever fucking gives all the details. Everybody's always right, huh? Everybody's always right when they tell the story. But I'm sure that if her parents wrote this, they'd be like, our daughter is fucking totally incoherent. They'd be like, she's blind. They'd be really playing it up, I feel like. So you never know with these things on the internet, boys. Can be a real crapshoot. Can be a real crapshoot. Real crapshoot. Boy, oh boy. This lady needs to get the fuck away from her parents. It's not as good as it seems out here on your own. It's not it's not as nice as it appears. I'm just kidding. It's way better. It's like a ton better. Dude. Maybe her parents are super rich, though, and that's why they're worried about her. That's what it sounds like. I mean, her parents are super rich. They have fucking maids. That's probably it. I didn't even think about that. I forgot about all the stuff about how rich they are. Maybe her parents do think that she's, like, dumb as fuck and just can't do anything herself because she's never had to. Because from a young age, she's had people taking care of her. I mean, we know this. We all know people who grew up rich and like wealthy to the degree that they didn't have to like worry about anything. You know what I mean? And they didn't have to do any chores or anything like that. A lot of people know somebody like that. And maybe you didn't meet them until later, but all of those people as adults have severe problems with adjusting to the regular world, to the real world that we live in, us normies, us normal people, because they I'm starting to get some lines on me. Oh geez. Sun's coming in. They they have maids and stuff like that, and they can't do anything for themselves, and they're inept from being babied and pampered and stuff. And honestly, I think it's kind of a red flag that this lady is 25 and she's just now being like, I'm fed up with being treated like a baby. That might say more about the situation than anything else, because we all know people like this. We all know people like this who are children that never really had to grow up or anything like that, and they sort of had it really easy and didn't have to worry about anything. And then right when they finally become adults, they sort of fall apart and can't do it. So maybe you are a little fucking baby, lady. Sorry. All right. right, guys. I think that makes this a wrap. We're wrapping it up. Shout out to Brendan Fraser bringing one home for the big hogs. Big hogs like me, dude. Appropriating my culture. Okay, eating Cheeto sandwiches. How come, you know what? If Brendan Fraser would have put on prosthetics for 2 hours so that he looked like, like an Asian person or something, nobody would, everybody would be so upset. There'd be no way that he could win Best Actor, but he dresses up like a big fatty and suddenly it's okay. Suddenly it's fine. I've never understood that. So the society we live in is so backwards. It's so backwards and messed up when people put on big old fat suits and walk around and act like they're the whale. I'm the whale, okay? It's me. I should have been cast in that role. Yeah, guys, that's it. I love you so much. Thank you for listening to another episode of Jaking Off. You can check this out every Tuesday. New episodes. Follow us on Instagram at jakin.off.podcast. And if you have anything you think I should talk about on the podcast, send it over to jakin.off.podcast@gmail.com. That's jakin.off.podcast@gmail.com. Thanks.